20 acres is not much of a farm, Iowa, but that's all we had.
So, but you were part of that farm thing, right? You and your siblings had chores, had farm chores. You had to get up and milk the cows or whatever.
Oh yes, I had to. Well, it wasn't much of a farm chore, but I would be the one that had to get up and start the fire for the greenhouse in the winter. And things like that, but not really farm work. No, I never worked all that hard, and any time before I was out of high school.
Well, you must have been sort of like what we might call the cool kid, you know, like being cool. And,
oh yes.
You were popular.
The other delinquents admired.
Were you like head of the pack? Were you the most delinquent kid at your school?
Oh, not the head of the pack, but I guess I would have been the leader if I had the chance. It's made me understand people a lot. I went through this, and sure, I see a lot of people that are this way all their lives, and I can't imagine how they could accomplish much.
So can you help me understand this 19-year-old epiphany moment where you became a better student and had more sort of goals that you wanted to accomplish?
Well, it just felt so good when I was 19 and turned around and went to these classes, and I could actually turn my intellectual capacity loose instead of holding it back, and worked real hard, and I'd never had that experience since I was in kindergarten. You know, when I was in kindergarten, they thought I was a genius. They gave us all a sheet of paper and said to make an automobile out of it. And of course I made a pretty good looking car out of a sheet of paper. And I was amazed to see that my teacher thought this was so great, and had everyone sit around me in a circle and show them how to make a car out of a piece of paper. And when I looked at what they had done, it was shocking. I couldn't understand how could they not do better. And so that they just happened to be something that I had a talent in, you know, kind of a manual skill. And but from then on, in that kindergarten, I was a hero. But as soon as I got to second grade, that's when the problems started. And I was a delinquent from then on.
You made a comment once about how you think that too much recognition, too much praise is bad. You know, that might have been.
That was contributing, because they convinced me that I don't need to compete. I'm a genius. So why bother? And my sister's always gonna do a lot better than me, and so I better keep this quiet. Fortunately, I got a medical discharge, so I never ended up on an airplane. I would have had trouble.
What was the medical discharge?
Well, I couldn't stand in chow line because I would get these sort of dizzy spells. I was having hypoglycemia. I think I knew why. I wasn't eating well, so I'd be drinking Pepsi-Cola all the time. I had a bad Pepsi-Cola habit. And I would get to the point that I just couldn't stand in chow line because when I'd be thinking about eating, I'd get dizzy. And so it just became very, very difficult. And so I was evaluated, and they finally decided that I'd be better off going back to medical school.
As opposed to telling you not to drink Pepsi.
Well, I got over it. It was just, I guess, way of passing the time.
So I'm confused. You said you went back to medical school?
Back to pre-med.
So you were in pre-med before you joined the Army?
Got drafted.
Got drafted?
Yes, yeah, I got drafted and actually, it's a good thing I got drafted because when I was discharged and went back to pre-med and then medical school, I had the GI Bill. So,
Oh.
and I sort of rationalized the whole thing that I was going to, if the war was still going on, why I would get back into the Air Force as an MD. But by the time I graduated, the war was over.
You got lucky.
So
When you got this medical discharge, were you grateful that you weren't going to have to go and fight in the war?
Oh yes, I didn't want to get into combat.
Do you think you would have ever been
Worked
in
out very well.
Would you have ever been in a position where you might have had to kill someone and actually be on the front lines, or do you think you were moving toward this being in radio and just?
Well,
sort of
I would be. As a matter of fact, I had just applied for the what did they call it?
Deferment?
Well, for the training as a pilot.
Oh.
And I was accepted. I passed the examination and all that. And I had been accepted just before I was discharged.
So you might have become a pilot, a fighter pilot.
Yeah, I would have probably been a fighter pilot. But I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
Yeah, I think we all are.